Alright folks, how are we? I am Shipwreck Sean, and this is episode 38 of my Sailwind series. It's been a hot minute. It's been a whole entire year since I've seen yous. I think the last Sailwind video was over a month ago, and then my last video in general, which I believe was Sail the Seas Caribbean, was about 3 weeks ago, maybe just over that, so thank you for your patience and waiting. I hope you've all had a good holiday season and Hogmanay in the meantime. But we've got some sailing to do. So, as I say, it's been a wee while since I've played Sailwind, so I thank you for your patience in advance, because I'll probably be relearning a couple of things. But first of all, I think we better just get some sails out and get moving. We've got a bit of a beam reach, so I think we'll get the gaffs out. Step 1. Remember which one is the gaff. I think it was this one. Nice. Let's get you up, and then I'll get moving, and then I'll do some more yapping. You all know the plot here. Oh my goodness. I've been playing a lot of Following Seas. This is the problem with playing multiple sailing games. So I'm kind of out of practice with the correct controls. I believe this is correct, yes. That should at least get us moving forward. I'll work out directions and stuff in a jiffy. Let's get the jibbies out. Haul that in on the opposite side. Let's have a wee peek. I think that's okay for now. And then let's go and get the mizzen out. Which one was the mizzen? Right, it's not this. This is a sheet. Right, let's guess. Oh, I'm going to go this. Would you look at that? It's like I've not been away. I promise I haven't practiced or anything. I've just booted up, tried to say the intro about 3 times, and now we are a-moving. Right, if I remember correctly, the direction we need to be going in is not that. It's just north of northeast. So we'll get ourselves turned round. I'm starting to panic that this might not even be the right save, but I'm pretty sure it is, because it's got all the extra goodies on the sandbuck. I do have another save with a sandbuck, but I believe this is the right one. So that's about the direction we want to be going in. So let's check the wind now. The wind is actually behind us, so we can definitely let those gaffs out. That's as much as we'll be allowed to let out the main gaff. Let's go and let out the mizzen, which I believe has a much better angle on it. And we'll deal with the squares in a wee bit, because I did have a wee bit of trouble with the squares in the last episode, because I had the angle of the squares in such a way that I was healing way too much. I think someone corrected me. It might have been a different video when I kept saying listing instead of healing, and I probably did that in my Sailwind videos as well. But let's get jib numero 2 out as well, whilst we're at it. I think we can let that out just a wee touch. And I don't think we'll be much in the way of balanced. In fact, I forget, we've got the wind behind us, so we can let the jibs out quite a hefty amount. But I just want to get moving forward. We're not tired, we're not hungry, we're not thirsty. I forget what I've even got on board. So it's all about just sailing along, relearning the ropes, if you can excuse the pun. And just trying to get ourselves nice and balanced. Here we go. Turn us to about here, and then leave her to do her thing. That's not perfect. We always strive for perfection here, don't we? Right. That's about it. So we'll give her a little moment to do her thing. Did I remember to put the gold downstairs? I remember that being a comment. No, there's the gold there. So you need to come downstairs and be centralised somewhere. I was hoping here. Here seems alright. We don't have any water in the bilge. So that's good. I feel like the bananas can probably go somewhere a bit better. It's just so I've got more access down below decks. And that should be pretty good. I've been watching a lot of Dalton. I always pronounce the surname incorrectly. Sorry, Dalton, but Dalton Rootlinger. And the interior design, his interior design skills are absolutely beautiful. So I want to grab some inspiration from him next time I go to the shipyard, which will be a hot minute because we have an entire ocean to cross. It looks like we're turning to port, and I'm actually tempted to pull the main gaff in and replace it with squares, because with the wind completely behind us like that and the gaff angle not being amazing, I think that would be a good thing to do. So that's the top square out. Let's get the main square out, and I think that will completely cut off our jibs. I'll just release the sheets completely and see what happens, but I think that was the issue. I was releasing the sheets completely and the sail angle was way too rough, but that actually looks good to me. So we just need to be careful of, if we're at a beam reach, we need to pull in the sheet a wee touch so that the sail is not completely pulling us to a heeling position. Some fish, noise. And let's see, is that looks like it's going to balance us quite a bit better, but I'll turn us to the perfect angle. I also need to relearn how to do my celestial navigation and my noon readings, and it's actually coming up for 12, isn't it? So let's go. I think I prefer you to be here, although we want to be somewhere in the sun for this, don't we? Where's my sun compass? We might we might be missing it this time round if I can't find my... Where the heck is everything? In here, sun compass, nice. It's going to hit 12 soon. There we go. I can see the clock, and I can see here, but it looks like we're at about 35. And I forget how to calculate. I think for every block to east we go, we either add or subtract 4 minutes, but it'll all come to me. It'll all come to me. Right, and that's probably just a tad above 35, just as the time crosses 12. So let's head over to the interactive map, which I hope I have open. Oh, no, that's OBS. Where's Firefox? There we go. So 35 would sit us at roughly about here, which is actually a lot further than I thought would be. Assuming we've been going in the right direction, I'm just going to dead reckon this one. We're putting in a hopeful, a hopeful marker. But all we did in the last episode after leaving Saffron was run along with a storm, and I think we did it heading in the right direction. So that's my logic behind that little choice there. We'll just leave the clock out here for now. I do quite like it being here, but hey ho. Probably do with a few swigs of water. I don't think I'm ready for alcohol just yet. I think I'd like to get one sober day of sailing in first. Have a little bit of fish. And we'll just let our tired meter run down naturally. Keep an eye on the wind. Keep an eye on our balance. There is a slight turn to port, but that could just be my altering the helm. And she might just be swaying ever so slightly from port to starboard. Somehow the wind is getting to those jibs. I'll take that. But there she blows. She's not the prettiest. But it's not about pretty at the moment. I'm wondering if the mizzen square is worth it. Let's give that a go. I think we're pretty well balanced. I don't really want to mess with it, but for fun, let's just do it. Let the sheets out completely. If I can reach it past our saffron plant. And I actually think I've felt the boat going, picking up a bit of speed there. Yeah, so that's not great already. So I think we want to pull that sheet in because that's the problem that I was discussing. So we want to pull that round. It looks like the wind is less behind us and slowly becoming more of a beam reach. Still with a slight turn to port. Perhaps the mizzen square will now balance that out. Let's tick her off in the middle there. Right, hold it about there and let's just watch this dial. See if anything happens. That little wind marker to our starboard there is having a little bit of a rave. And if we are turning to port, I think I might pull the port sheet for the main squares in a touch. How's the wind looking? Yeah, it's back pretty much behind us, so I still don't really want to play with the main gaff. There's a little bit of luffage in our outer jib. But I think we're happy with that. Yeah, that's alright. And I think what I might do is I might like micro sleep as much as humanly possible, which might make the episodes quite long. I haven't decided if I want to maybe edit things. I actually think I want to take the honey beer and put that downstairs and replace it with barrels of water, because I believe I've got the rain collector mod now. So we want to have these out on deck so that when we take water from here, it will fill. Will you slot nicely? Yes, you will. Let's get another barrel of water. And we'll just remember that our booze is below decks. Get you up forward just for visual aesthetics. Right, will you sit in nicely? Yes, you will. Smashing. So we've just passed noon, so it might actually be good for just like a little day nap. Then we can drink some alcohol and do some night sailing. Maybe the tiniest turn to port. I'm going to pull the sheet in just a touch. And see if that helps our situation. But I'm quite happy, even if we drift a little bit. I'm just going to keep readjusting, maybe oversteering. That looks like there might be a little turn to starboard. Let's see here. I believe, what is it, about 40 degrees we want to be sailing at. But I think, you know, if we go plus 10, minus 10 each side of that, I think we'll be alright. Okay, I'm happy with this. What's the save situation, actually? I probably want that to keep saving when sleeping. Although I did have issues with the game where it might be worth actually... See, for the start, I think we'll have it to save every... We'll just go every 5 for safety. How's that wind looking? Still a bit of luffage in the jibs. Hello, Bonnie. How are you doing? There we go. When Bonnie joins for the start of a video, we know we're on for a good one. Right, I'm actually quite happy with that. Did we go for danger nap number 1 and see what happens? Yeah, might as well. Might as well include a little bit of jeopardy and, you know, go on as we mean to. What's the phrase? Start as we mean to go on? I think that's the one. Anyway, Happy New Year. First danger nap of 2026. Let's hit. Alright, we have woken up. Let's get some lanterns on. A couple of lanterns are about to die. I'm stuck. I've got a wee lantern here to turn on. I think I've got more, but that'll do for now. What direction are we heading in? We've drifted, I'd say maybe about 5 degrees. We're actually okay, but it looks like the wind has changed so that it is completely behind us, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm hoping that doesn't mean anything with the gaff. Is the gaff sheet right out? It is indeed. The mizzen gaff, that is. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think we can just... Can we just let our jib sheets right out? If the wind is behind us in such a manner. Can't really see them. But I don't think it would hurt. Candles. Where were candles? I think they were below deck. And I did have a nice, lovely, beautiful. Let's take some stock. So we've got an ungodly pile of bread, which is always good. Some bottles of water. Some salt if we want to cook. A little lantern for carrying about. Speaking of, what time is it? Coming up for 9. I believe that means there's no star to check anytime soon. I'll need to hop onto the navigation page and remind myself. I meant to grab my trusty journal that some of you might remember from the earlier episodes. That's gold, so we don't open that. In this crate we've got firewood, and then we've got some candles in here. Smashing. We have our ship's maintenance department. Smashing. We didn't completely sleep, but that's alright. How are we looking? I think I might oversteer just to northeast for a wee bit, because it looks like we might have drifted to port. But I'm happy with that. I think it's too early to check the North Star and everything. We should still be roughly around 35. I should add, just in case any of you are watching for the first time, this is the first time I've sailed to Aestrin. Which obviously means it's the first time I've sailed to Aestrin from the Al-Ankh archipelago. But I did say we were going to have some booze, and booze we will have. Let's get ourselves nice and tired as quickly as possible. I'm going to keep one bottle, that'll be an empty bottle eventually, to be filling with beer. That gaff needs to be hauled in, so it's not swinging around. Safety first here, or third. We've got a stray bottle of water. Pop you here as well. Remember Coupling Rhino saying something about lining up our compass, if we can, with one of the seams, and that should tell us pretty perfectly what direction we're going in. I wish I'd actually bought a second compass. In fact, there is a sun compass somewhere. Unless that's somehow disappeared. I remember buying a sun compass. Oh no, it was a wind compass rather. But I'm not entirely sure where that's ended up. So I'll maybe do that if I do a little pause at any point. I'll go hunting for that. It feels like I've checked everywhere it would be though. Do I have like a little crate below decks? Was it in this one? No, that was firewood. Where's the wind compass? I might need to go back and check my north episode to see if I can find it. Or if I forget, please let me know in the comments. These are crates of saffron and dates. Oh. Nope, that's just all sunspot fish. So there was a wind compass that we bought as part of a mod that seems to have disappeared somewhere. It doesn't help that my character's drunk, but I don't know why it would disappear, because we also bought this wind marker here, this telltale rather, as part of the mod. So I'll do some hunting, maybe during the next danger nap. It seems like we're pretty balanced actually, so now that I've oversteered a wee bit, I think I'll just go back and correct. Can I see much of the sails? No, we can't, so there's not really any point in sitting in there. I need to find a good spot for this clock where I'm going to get the sun. I think I used to have it like out here somewhere, but then that would have been on the Dow. I think the Dow was the last time I did an ocean crossing. Which is crazy. many episodes ago. I think there might be a star at midnight to check. Yeah, okay. We're going to leave the boat running. I'm going to hop over back to Firefox, where I have the navigation tab open here. Let's scroll down. I believe there is a spot for select. Here we go. Milnid, which is 7 o'clock. Okay, Witna is our midnight star. At the end of Witna's bow. And the bow, so we follow the north, we find the North Star, and then it's the bow along from it, and it's to the very end of the bow. So we should be able to find it now, actually. And also, where on earth, where the goodness is my quadrant? There we go. At least we've got that. So it is just the wind compass. I think north is going to be around here somewhere. Too many sails to see. Maybe I need to run up forward, where I've got a bit more of a visual. In fact, that's the bow there, isn't it? Yeah, because the middle of the bow has these two stars together. So I believe that's Witna there. So we need to stare at Witna at midnight. Click. And then compare that with the little chart. Oh yeah! Well, folks, this is going to be an interesting sail because I've just dropped the quadrant in the water. Oh my goodness. The boat's too fast to jump out. Well, folks, I did say I wanted jeopardy. Coupling Rhino, if you're watching, I think I'm going to have to learn the old way. I'm going to have to learn the old wine bottle technique. Did it fall here, maybe? Oh, that's just wishful thinking. There is a save, but I think I just need to settle with my stupidity there and accept that we now no longer have a quadrant. So, yeah, we won't be doing much celestial navigation. Oh, dear. Top tip, buy a second quadrant just in case things like that happen. Oh dear. Right, okay. Let's get over that quickly. Drop this lantern on the table. Turn that back on, actually. It's a bit dark over here. Oh, I'm not going to mentally get over that for the entire episode now. We have drifted to starboard a bit. And it looks like the wind has changed as well. So we will have to adjust for that. There we go. How's the wind? Yeah, so I think I want to pull that sheet in. Let's go and see. How's that looking? Yep, alright. How's the... Yeah, so we definitely want the sheet in on the mizzen square as well. We're having to just kind of do guesswork because I can't really see in the dark. I think that needs to come in quite a bit more. Because now we're going to have to sail pretty perfectly. Which, as you guys are aware of, I'm not the best at. How's that? Let's get ourselves back heading in the correct direction. And the jibs need to come in as well. I just can't see anything. It's too dark to see. Well, I think with the main, do we really need the jibs out? I think we'll just leave them for now. And we'll deal with them later on. Oh, can you hear the depression and sadness in my voice? I'll get over it. I'll get over it. It's just added a new challenge. We need to go get a candle for that lantern there. And then I'll have some supper. And then I'll sleep. There's no point in being aware of the the time for celestial navigation anymore. One candle. Left click, light on. And let's get back to balancing. Right, so if there's a turn to starboard with the wind heading across the port, that would tell me there's too much wind on the square perhaps, or do we bring in the gaff at this point? Well, no, because the gaffs went round to the opposite side, of course, so that would actually turn us to starboard. And the square, it might be the mizzen square that's the issue. Yep, that looks to be a pretty hefty turn to starboard now. It might also be the jibs, I can't think. Let's head up. I can't see the jibs, as I say. So I had them tight, I had them completely let loose over here. So I think if I just pull in without seeing, there, both the clues are there. Okay, right. Shipwreck Sean has shipwreck messed up, but I think that's a bit better actually. Let's get some supper. I think I'll just take some sunspot fish. I'm too lazy to cook or fish at this point in time. I think I'd rather do that in the daytime as well. And I would very much like to sleep until daytime soon, just so I've got a better visual. Let's just drink some water actually. Always good advice, if you've had some coconut wine before going to bed, drink some water. You'll feel much better in the morning. Let's flick off these lights. Come on, you. And you at the stern. And we'll head to sleep for danger nap number 2 of 2026. See you when I wake up. Alrighty, we've woken up and there's a bit of sun coverage. And we're still heading pretty close to the direction we want to be heading in, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll adjust, and now that we can see, let's look at the sail situation. So we want to swing that gaff around. Like so, and then let that back out. And we want to check out these jibs, don't we? Oh, they seem to have just fixed themselves there. I'm guessing that means we've had a bit of a wind direction change, or we've turned. A little micro adjustment here. Hello, Bonnie. Did you find my quadrant? Okay, right. Well, she looks pretty good. We are very fast, which is always useful. I think someone said it should take like 6 to 7 in-game days, maybe even shorter than that, maybe even longer than that. Oh, I have a cat on my lap. Okay, so we're flirting just below 12 knots there, which I'm pretty happy with. Can we do the thing where we set the chip log down and it stays there as a sort of speedometer? Sorry, I've disappointed the cat because I have had to move her. I wouldn't usually move her from the lap, but she was sat directly on my headphone cable. And I kind of need that. Right, what time is it? It is 7 in the morning. Coming up for 20 past, which... no, 20 past 7 PM would be Milnid, even though it doesn't matter anymore. Not until I go and... Coupling Rhino did send me a little image that you can look at to learn how to do navigation with the wine bottle. So I'll need to study that at some point. But otherwise, I'm quite happy with this is going, how this is going so far, despite the quadrant, which I'm going to mention about 100 times, at least until I'm mentally over it. Seems to be a little turn to port. I might pull in that that gaff now. I feel like that's not helping us. Although she's still turning to port there. Let's see. Might have just been a little bit of mizzen gaff hangover from pulling that in. Then what we can do is basically just keep checking using the sun compass to check our noon reading until we get to the correct latitude, longitude rather, and then just turn east. Because if I head back to the interactive map, let's see, Aestrin is going to be between 40 and 41, or just below 40 for Mount Malefic. So basically once we're at sort of 39 or 40, we just turn east. That's assuming we haven't drifted in any direction. I'm probably happier with a drift to port, because then I can go for the east turn, because if I drift to starboard and have to work my way back, I will be sailing into the wind, which of course we can manage, but I'd like to make things as easy as possible for us. Can we let out some fishing hooks? Right, and then whilst that's fishing, I attach. I can't even remember if I installed the mod that does this. But let's see, I don't know if maybe you just leave them in and then they'll catch, and then you pick them up and reel in. Or if I need to be actually holding the rods for them to catch. But let's give them a minute. Still a bit of a turn to port. So I think I might... I don't know if that's a smart idea. Probably not. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, it's because there's a lot of slack. Do we need to ease out on this side? Yes, just a touch. And that might help us with our slight drift to port. And if not, I can do the opposite with the mizzen square. And I do think I need to do something a bit better with the jibs as well whilst I'm at it. But the good thing about day sailing... Oh, we are getting pretty tired pretty soon. So I'm not going to drink any alcohol until noon. In fact, I might not even need to today. How are the rods looking? They don't appear to have caught anything. So it might be that I need to hold them for fishing. Right, how are the... I mean, the jibs are pretty okay. I think maybe they can come in just a touch. We'll just leave it there. Right, that seems to have fixed it for now. I think it was just the main sail. So I'm quite happy with that. Northeast means that we're doing the whole thing where we drift a wee bit too much eastward of our intended direction. So I'm thinking maybe north-northeast is going to be the way to go now. Jibs are now not catching any wind because we are at a bit of a beam reach. So now I think it's gaff out and main squares in. Gaff. How is our gaff? Is our gaff good for a 45? It's not amazing actually, but we'll see if we can get that balanced. And then the main square, we'll pull that up and we'll maybe keep the top square out. I think we can turn, we can ease on the port side, or rather pull in on the starboard side just a wee touch on the top square. Nope, I think that's about as extreme of an angle as we're going to get with that. Let's get these jibs in a wee touch more. Maybe something like that. And let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. At least for now. Let's get rid of this empty bottle. Go and find the quadrant. And let's grab this bottle of water and deal with our thirst. Get that launched. And then we'll get on our hands and knees and eat some bread. Just to tick that over. I mean, I am fishing. I should probably deal with that. But noon is the main mission. And we're just an hour and a quarter away of game time from noon. So we'll just sit here patiently. Never going to get old. Oh, I feel like that. Let's go and have a look at how's the mizzen square looking? Yeah, I think we might just go completely gaffs now. So the mizzen square was it this? Indeed it was. Hold that in. And then let's get the gaff out. And then pull the sheet of the gaff in a wee touch. And then obviously we'll need to work on balancing those. Quite a slow sheet for the gaff. There's obviously plenty of line. Maybe a slight turn to port. So we'll go and ease the gaff out. Because we can't. Well, we could have actually pulled the main in. Yeah. Although, as I say, drifting slightly to port is kind of the preferred drift. How are we looking? 1/2 Let's drop you. Sun compass. I doubt we're going to see much change. Although it does look like we have actually. Maybe halfway, so maybe 32.5. Or maybe more like 32. It's kind of hard to see. I think there are mods that when you're using the instruments, they tell you the exact number. But we don't want to do that. At least not whilst we're doing like, you know, our second ocean crossing. I feel like we need to earn our stripes first. But it looks like 32 to me. But we'll wait until it's exactly noon before we commit to anything. 5 Sailwind minutes to go. I was very tempted to reload the last save and not drop the quadrant, but I feel like the game's more fun the other way. It might even be... No, it's not. I keep saying 32, sorry. 37. It might even be 37.5. Yeah, I'm going to say between 37 and 37.5. And we guess, based on what I'm seeing, that we've drifted to port a wee touch. Going to pull in the main gaff just a wee bit. And head over to our interactive map. We can't be 37.5. That would make us pretty close already. But that is the call I made. I think I'll go 37. And then I'll drift to port a wee touch. Maybe just below 37. Yeah, I'm gonna guess somewhere about there. Just fumbling my way across the interactive map. But I think that's that's very hopeful plotting. Is that... There's the wind compass. It was right there. Okay, so the wind compass was there the whole time. Just a shame about the quadrant. The chip log has brought in its naughty knots. Naughty... what am I trying to say? Line with knots. Yep, over Christmas and New Year. I didn't get any better at speaking. Oh, but it has... the 3rd of January marked 1 year since I started recording. Right, I think topsail needs to come in now, because that's quite a bit of heelage. Yep, let's just go gaffs and jibs for now. I feel like I could let the jibs out just a wee touch. Maybe just a turn each. But yeah, so that marks 1 year of Shipwreck Sean. I can't remember if the 3rd is when I recorded or if the 3rd was when I released my first Sailwind video. But yeah, does that make me a veteran? I think perhaps just my age makes me a veteran in general. In fact, I need to stop whinging about my age. I keep offending some of you more experienced chaps that watch me. I'm not happy enough with this balance to go to sleep. Right, big brain time. What are we doing? So the turn is to port too much. I'm tempted to just go for the squares again. But let's just let that mizzen gaff out completely. I feel like I don't really want to let the main in. We seem to be going quite a bit slower now as well. But as we're quite tired, I don't fancy... You know, if we've got a drift like this, I don't fancy sleeping off the drift and completely getting lost. I think the squares are probably going to be the way to go. But I want to see if I can get this balanced first. And the waves are quite choppy as well, which certainly isn't helping. Right, think. I think we go squares. Yeah, I think that'll be the rule. If the angle is... what's the word? I forget. What's between beam reach and... beam... Basically, if the wind is ahead of us, we want to get rid of the gaffs, I think. And we want to get the squares out, but we need to remember not to have the squares at such an extreme angle that we start heeling. I think the wind's died down enough as well that we don't need to worry about... oh no, we're still heeling quite a bit. But I think that's alright. Oh, that looks like we've got some water below as well. So we'll go and deal with that. S for turn. Because we don't want a heavier vessel than what we've already got. I think we're quite light with what we're carrying, if I'm honest with you. But bilge duty is good practice. Especially for planning on sleeping, because I know the game has a tendency to wake you up when the bilge gets a bit too sodden. Right, I've oversteered. So we will turn back to about there. Let's just see how we get on here. I think that's looking better. We really do need to just go to sleep and see what happens, I think. Yep, okay, most dangerous nap of 2026 so far. Nap 3. See you when I wake up. Alright folks, we have woken up. Pretty dark. Let's get our lanterns on. We need to get a candle for our starboard lantern. And we'll turn on our little personal lantern as well. Let's see. Oh, that's what I like to see. So we've surely covered a good bit of distance with that whack of sleeping. Heading in the correct direction. So it's going well. Do I do some night fishing? Let's do some night fishing and some night cooking. I'm wondering if the hook's even still on the rod, but we'll see. I just like the look of throwing the reel in and them just being there. But we will patiently wait to see if we get a catch. Because, I mean, we've got the stove, we've got the firewood, we might as well use them. Although there's now a strong chance we might get lost at sea, given I don't have a quadrant. So perhaps it's a good idea to hold on to our logs for a bit. Right, I'm going to just... Oh no, we got a catch as soon as I started reeling. We got the catch and lost the catch. Might just slowly reel in. Again, there's fishing on following seas. And I've now gotten so used to the fishing in that game. No bites. I feel like we did get a little bit of a bend there. Just a few seconds ago, but don't seem to be catching anything. Or maybe we have caught something. Oh! Okay, so maybe we do have... Oh, wrong button. That's exactly how we dropped the quadrant. Okay, so then I'll attach. And then do I just reel along? Okay, so we did catch stuff. A couple of eels, it looks like. Eels for dinner. So we're going to cast again. Attach. Cast again. Attach. I can't remember the name of the mod. I think it might be Better Fishing or something. Oh, that did something to this. Oh, now it's... Okay. I'll need to get used to this, folks. Oh, did I just lose the fish? The bend is still there, but it might just be because I'm reeling with all of my might. Nope. Something a little bit different. I don't know if I've seen that fish before. And we've lost the hook on that one. And we've got a bite on this. So we'll get to cook 4 fish. Oh. We don't want to lose the fish. So we'll get 4 fish to cook. So we're self-sustainable today. I need to remember how many logs that takes. I think 2's usually fine, but we'll see. I'm happy to be wasteful during the first cooking session. Right, and we've still got the hook on this, so we'll just cast that and leave it. Some trout. We'll grab a log. And another log. And then we need to remember to come back and check this little percentage at the bottom. But how is our sail direction? Are we still good? Yep, we're still groovy. I think I'm quite happy to have a little wine. And we can launch this bottle overboard. Trying not to launch myself overboard, of course. And we'll head down and get a candle. I think we've got a lantern round here as well, don't we? Might as well go full lights for a bit of fun. We've got a candle here. I think we might go through these candles pretty quickly. This one, that's the one. And you go, light on. Lovely. We'll keep this light on for watching our cooking, which is at 22%. I think certain fish cook at different speeds. I don't think we need that lantern on for now. Could probably go some more wine actually. We've got barrels and barrels of beer, so I'm quite happy with that, and at the moment we're pretty well balanced. I really don't want to fall overboard because we've got a quick boat. So the eel is at 8% and the trout is at 38. So we need to remember to take the trout off early, because that seems to be cooking fairly quickly. I could have salted some fish as well, but I don't think we'll bother with that just yet. I would like to test the charting, the plotter, I keep forgetting the name. The chart plotter, or the plotting kit. That. Right, maybe a slight drift to port. Unfortunately, I can't see my sails that well. I think I'm happy with that square. We'll get this gaff boom in as well. Might give me a better view on the sails. 62 and 63, 63. I can't remember if I bought tea or coffee. I think I just bought the kettle for aesthetics. Empty bottle here. We've not had any rain yet. I probably shouldn't have said that because I've just encouraged the Sailwind gods. Time are we on? Alright, so it's pretty early in the morning, so we'll get daylight soon. And then by that point I'll be so drunk that I'll be ready for bed. Can I attach a hook? Nice. One log left, and then was this more hooks? Yes. I think someone said you shouldn't put crates with fishing hooks on top of other crates with fishing hooks. Right, we've almost got cooked trout, so I'll just watch it cook. Cooked trout. Thank you very kindly. Another cooked trout. It looks like, okay, so the rods turn round when you've got a catch, but I don't think we need to pick them up just yet, because I think after these eels will be pretty well fed. Yeah, she's holding pretty well. It's a very nice night for sailing. Oh, on the weekend there, I went to see, some of you who watched the North video will remember the Rory Campbell music at the start. I went to see him play live on, what day was it? Saturday. And it was very good. He has kindly given me permission to use a couple more songs as well, so you can expect more musical moments in the Sailwind series, and maybe even the other games. But I think I'll wait for the beginning. I like to use music for the beginning of a new adventure, a new daring excursion. But yes, of course, I certainly recommend going and listening to his music. Rory Campbell, it's hard to spell, but if you type in slow for a poet, it will come up. The joke he told at the gig was that his mum spelt his name wrong, so which makes it even harder to find. How are they looking? 54. So the eel takes quite a hot minute. So the eel's, I say, almost pretty wasteful. If we buy fish, do we salt the cooked fish? Sorry, if we grab fish, I might reel some fish in because I feel like we might still have the fire burning after we've cooked the eels. But I might just salt them just to preserve them. We micht as well. And that looks like the sun is slowly flirting with coming up. So we'll have a bit of coverage, be able to check our sails, get balanced, and go back for another drunken nap. This time not feeling so dangerous. Although the concern now is that I sleep past noon. There we go, a couple of fish, lost the hooks again. Right, so a blackfin hunter, I don't think I've seen those either. So I did, yeah, click salt. I can probably put salted fish in here, right? I don't know what just flew by there. That was not what I meant to grab. Let's get our salted fish in here. Oh my goodness. I promise it's just the character that's drunk, not me. Right, that sounds like these have stopped cooking at 71, so we'll grab one more log and see if that does the business. I think we can get our nav lights off now. I think it is bright enough outside. That's the sun up. Come on, and we'd like to hold on to our lanterns and candles for as long as possible. We'll just buy more when and if we get to Aestrin. And that's a big if. Right, quite a hefty turn to port there. So let's turn us around. We're going nice and fast. And let's check the sails. So the wind's actually behind us, so I'm going to drop the gaff and release the square sails. And the wind's at such an angle that we can just completely release the sheets as well and let the squares do their own thing. Still a bit dark, folks, sorry, it will get brighter. And that should keep us on course. We're getting pretty tired. How's the jibs looking? Those jibs can certainly go out. Like so. And I'm pretty happy with that. She's turned to port again, but things like that tend to happen when we're adjusting sails, so we'll adjust. And I can't really see any way she'll go out of balance now. So I think we're pretty safe to go for a sleep. And as you can see, the energy bar is a-flashing. So we better consider getting a sleep soon. We're kind of racing these eels. Jeopardy with eels now. I think, will we burn them, do you think, if I just go to sleep with one log? And they're at 86. I say we risk it, folks. I say we risk it for a bit of fun. 7. So hopefully we wake up before noon. I think I'll just drop the clock here for waking up. Then that way I can quickly check it when I get out of bed. Yeah, we're pretty tired. I think we'll just head to bed. Oh no, we can't because we're still drifting drastically to port. Okay, back round we go. What can I do to balance? If we're turning to port with the wind behind us like that. Oh, well, the jibs have gone wing to wing, which I think will help. Now they're no longer wing to wing. Can I encourage that? Whoa. I think we're just going so fast that every little micro adjustment is causing pretty drastic turns. But we quite literally have to sleep. It's like every danger nap in this episode is getting more and more dangerous as we go. So this might be the one that blows us off course. But as I say, we have a plan. I think if we're turning to port, I might oversteer to northeast. Then as I say, the plan is if we completely blow off course, we can always just head straight north until we're at the right longitude. And then head east. So I will see you guys when I wake up. Alright folks, we have woken up midway through our sleep and it has passed noon, but I think that's close enough that we'll get a half decent reading anyway. 35, 36, 37. I'd say that's now maybe 38. Yeah, I'm going to go for about 38 there. What direction are we heading in? It's hard to tell if it's a drift to port or if it's just the sway, but I think I'll take the top sail in. We're at a bit more of a beam reach, and that mizzen, so that's what I was talking about. That was the issue I was having with the squares in the last episode. If you look at that mizzen, so we'll pull that in, get ourselves balanced, and then do some more sleeping. Just danger nap our way there. Cooked eel, would you look at that? So we got away with that one. Oh, that's filled us up pretty well. So we don't need to eat the next eel just yet. I'm already quite tired, so we don't need alcohol, we need water. I didn't chuck all the... That's a thought. I don't know where my large bottle of water is. I've probably chucked it overboard at some point, knowing me. Right, let's get ourselves straightened up. And we'll just watch and see how she is handling that. Looks like a turn to port, so is it worth... yep, I think we'll let out. That's already completely let out, so pull in some line on the starboard side. And then we'll pull that in just a touch. No, release that just a touch, and that's as much as it will go. So then that means we need to release this. I think it might be gaff time. Let's see how she handles that. That's looking a lot better actually. Right, so map. If we think we're at 38, which is a big think, and also with a drift to port, I mean, we've tried turning that way and then we've drifted to port quite a bit. So I'm going to just, that's going to be my guesstimate about here. I feel like I'm way too hopeful with this. But yeah, we'll take another risky nap. And of course, I'll be back with you. Okie dokie, we have woken up. It is night time yet again, which means nav light's on. Personal light. Let's head up forward. Get that light on. I think I'm quite happy with that. Right, what's our direction? That's a lot better. Yep, okay, I'm quite happy with that. Maybe go port a wee bit more. As I say, I would rather drift port. I know I'm repeating myself, but a lot of the times the repetitions are for me. And let's get drunk. I don't think I'm hungry enough for the other cooked eel just yet, but I need to check the condition because it might just be worth eating it. Because I don't want it to go rotten. I don't know if it stays... I wouldn't think it stays cooked forever. I suppose it's that health bar at the bottom, right? Let's just eat it. We've got a couple of salted fish as well for breakfast. We'll have some more wine as well. Let's get that tired meter really going down. And we'll just comfortably sail in this direction. Let's go check the bilge. I did actually wake up once due to the bilge being pretty full. So I did that off camera and it looks like we have no water, which is good. I don't know if I need to consider having some oranges soon. We're completely stocked up on beer and probably too much beer and water now. But that'll do us some more sales. Particularly because we have the rain collector mod. But there hasn't actually been any rain, which is the second time I've said that. Which means it's probably the second time I've jinxed it. I feel like, is that droplets I can see? I think that's rain. And magic. The other thing is I don't know what day we're on. See if I can check the log. Can I see when I took it? Gold to Fort Aestrin due in 6 days. Oh, I didn't realise that. Alright, well hopefully we're getting there quick then. Does it say anywhere where I picked it up? No, so daily logs, perhaps? Where did I spend money? I think I spent money in Saffron, right? So that would suggest negative 3130 on day 128. So we've been sailing for 4 days. Cool. Whilst it's raining, I'm just going to go and fill this bottle up with one of the barrels here. Just to see if the rain collector mod does indeed work, because I haven't tested that yet. I'm hoping the rain is just rain and not a storm, although I think she'll handle a storm pretty well. What time are we? Just after midnight, which would have been a good time to do some celestial navigation, but of course, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I dropped my quadrant. Is there already hooks on these? Yes. Oh, and I can't put that in anymore. Let's just drop you here. We're not hungry, we're not thirsty. We're just letting that tired meter go down. Energy meter, rather. I don't want to sleep just yet. I know this episode's becoming a bit of a sleeping simulator, but we seem to be making good progress just by doing so. I'm trying to see if I'm seeing any like storm clouds around. There might be one behind us. What speed are we going? Will we outrun any storm? About 11, but the seas are getting choppy, so the end of the cord is jumping in and out of the water. But I'll take 11 knots. Not our best, but certainly not our worst. Drop you there. Yeah, I'm quite happy. Well, it is coming up for 1:30. Surely I'd sleep enough that it gets to, I think it's like, is it like 20 past 5 that the light starts to come up? Maybe a bit earlier than that. So we'll prepare. We don't need the light up forward on. I'm quite happy just to sit in the dark and stare at the compass. I love how I whinged and complained about this wind compass and I haven't used it. Although I think the whole point in that actually was that we wanted to have one compass lined up perfectly with a seam, and then that will tell us the direction we're going in every time we look at that with a bit more accuracy than when I'm just standing. So we've got options now. Whoa. That felt like we went under the water. Good thing I can't see. If you can't see scary things, then scary things don't happen. You heard it here first. I really want to test this, but last time I tested it, when I came out, like, I couldn't move. I have saved when I've slept though. Let's go for it. So do I grab this and then click? Oh. It's a little bit jumpy around, eh? So this must be colours. Gold rock up here. So do I like place that down? And that's the direction I think we're going in. It's a little bit awkward. I don't know if it's the table or something. So let's just come out there. Drop that. We'll play with that later. What's that? Is that a turn to port? We'll fix that. It was all going so well. But then what have we said? A drift to port is A-OK. Yep, I think we'll just slightly less dangerous nap now. Since we are about halfway. Hopefully wake up with some light coverage. Adjust our sails. Keep ourselves heading in the right direction. And hopefully be close enough to noon that we can take a noon reading. And we must be getting close to 40 by now. So as always, I'll see you when I wake up. Righty-ho, we have woken up. I left the lantern on, whoops. Oh, and there's the storm. So it looks like we're sailing directly into it. We've mostly kept our direction. We'll just adjust that. How are the sails looking? I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. Whoa! Oh! Ah, I can't see because of the jib. Down. Did I just see land? Let's go grab a spyglass. Did I leave a lantern on downstairs? So much is happening, folks. Okay, lantern off. I think I've just spotted land, though. I thought this was going to be like 3 episodes. Okay, lesson learned. Sandbuck much quicker than Dow. Where was that? Look. Is that Mount Malefic? That's gotta be Mount Malefic. Folks, should old acquaintance be forgot and ever. We have spotted land. I hope to do it from the crow's nest. Oh, okay, the depression in my voice is gone. It doesn't look like our barrel of water is filled with the rain though. Maybe... Oh, who cares about that? I've just spotted land. Oft. And are we on what, like day 5 now? Nope, still day 4. 4 days from Saffron. I am the best sailor in the world. Well, there's only one sailor, I suppose, in a single player game. But I'm the best of a good bunch of one. Right, folks, well, we might as well keep gunning. This is not going to be 2 or 3 episodes. This is going to be 1 episode, and we're going to hit port somewhere. Where do we need to go? Fort Aestrin. Right, let's check the map. Fort Aestrin is this one. So there's Mount Malefic that we're looking at. We want to be kind of in the centre. I'm sure we'll spot it. But I think we'll be there in plenty time. Oofed. There you go, folks. Easy as that. Who needs a quadrant? I don't know if I just head directly towards Mount Malefic and then deal with it from there. What time is it? Well, I don't think we're going to get a noon reading because of the storm. Do we have any shadow whatsoever? A very faint one that looks to be just above 40, but we'll wait until noon, see if we can get that to work. Do I want to still drink boot? Yeah, let's have a celebratory wine. But at this rate, we might sail past the archipelago. Right, let's get rid of you. Oh, that's an empty bottle as well. Let's get rid of you. And I suppose we'll have a celebratory honey beer that we probably don't even need to be drinking at this point. Where's honey beer? Nice, fill that right up. Let's go and deal with our bilge. Wow, okay, so first time sailing to Aestrin, and now I'm like, why did I leave it so long? As I say, I think crossing the ocean for the first time in the Dow made me expect it to be a lot longer and a lot more difficult. But we are flying. I think I might pull the port sheet for the mizzen square in just a wee touch. Oh, I wish the storm would disappear so I can keep seeing land. But I suppose we'll get there. The storm will pass. We'll see more land. All my missions are to Fort Aestrin. I don't think I've picked any that's around. Let's have some celebratory salted... Oh, no. The salted fish has gone rotten. Okay, maybe we need to salt cooked fish. So, lessons learned in this episode so far. If you drop your quadrant, don't worry. Just try to sail in the right direction. And salt your cooked fish. I think I'm just going to have some sunspot fish. It's too stormy to be fishing. I'm too excited to do anything other than trying to spot land. Yeah, we'll have another. We might be full, but no need to be frugal now, because we're going to make some cash dollar. Oh, there's the big bottle. Everything's coming together. I hope I've pressed record. Yep, press record. That's always the worry. Right, what speed are we going now that we're in a storm? Surely 12, at least. I just need it to stay in the water. We might not get to find out. Only 10. It feels like we're going a lot faster than that. There we go, that kind of hit 12, but I don't know if that was just the weirdness. Oh, I can't. Yeah, let's just drop that. Right, the storm is crossing our direction of travel. That's because we've turned to port. Right, heading northeast now, which will be much kinder on our squares. And I'm sure all of you watching have probably noticed how terrible I am at sailing, so there you go. Let that be a lesson to everyone. You don't need to be good at the game to get places, right? Just kind of good. You would think I would be alright after a year of uploading videos, but it's always the same lessons over and over. We are rather thirsty. We'll swig this and then we can launch this bottle when we're done with it, because we found our big boy bottle. Cheerio. Still a hefty turn to port, but I really don't care. I can see some land here that looks a bit smaller than Mount Malefic. I think I'm going to pull in our square again, our main square. Oh no, that's as much as it will go. So we need to do it this way. And I'm hoping that will sort our little turn to port. Sea's a bit choppy though to get anything perfectly balanced. Sea's choppy, my skills are choppy. You know how it goes. Storm is passing. I'm seeing more land. There's some land. Oh, I need that wave to disappear. Come on. There's some land, there's some land, there's some land. Oh, I'm too excited. It really doesn't matter what direction we head in now. We can see land. What time is it? 2 p.m. Yeah, I might just sleep through some of this storm. It doesn't really matter anymore if we're totally balanced. Maybe it does matter a little bit. No, I'm happy with that. Okay, see you soon. Alright folks, so I haven't slept fully. I woke up like about 3 or 4 times, and as you can see we're just about here. Because the bilge kept filling. Probably because I should reef for something like that, but as you can see we're getting mega close to the point where I can probably start working out what island is what. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can work that out. So 1, 2. Is this 3? I'm not sure, but I think we want to go towards this third one, like these two here, for Fort Aestrin. So that would mean, I think, heading here, perhaps. I could be incorrect, and in fact I probably am. But as a nice little surprise for y'all, I have pulled in the jibs. Well, more of a nice little surprise for me, really, because this is something I've been wanting to do ever since we got the crow's nest.
Land ho!
There we go, folks. So, yeah, I think that's Mount Malefic. That's the island that had like 2. Or is it? And I think this might be Fort Aestrin and Firefly Grotto behind it. But I'm really no sure. But it's just a matter of getting closer. Oh, that's pretty. I think, folks, you're looking at the thumbnail. Storm behind us. Beautiful. Oh, maybe that's the thumbnail with some land. Who knows? So many opportunities for thumbnails. I don't even care anymore. It's all about getting there. Full of beans, full of excitement. We're a little bit hungry. I think we'll just dig in our lovely pile of bread here, of an ungodly variety. We're going through this mega slow. Let's go and have an orange. Although we will be finding a tavern there, but a celebratory, oh my goodness, a celebratory orange can't go wrong. Nice. Tasty and nutritious. Right, go and grab our big meaty bottle. Still haven't caught any rainwater. I suspect it might be the location of them. Like, are the sails stopping the water from getting in? There doesn't appear to be anywhere on deck that rain's actually, well, right here actually. So let's chuck them here, see if that makes a difference. Oh, my back hurts because I've been perched forward every time we spotted land. Ever since we spotted land. Okay, I think I want to turn to starboard just a touch. And I think I've got some mods that have some boats at Fort Aestrin as well. Oh, I wish I was streaming right now so people can tell me which island I need to head to. But if we don't, as I say, I just want to end up at land. Whatever happens, happens. I believe when I first sailed across to the Emerald Archipelago, I ended up at, what was it, Serpent's Isle or something? Thinking it was Dragon Cliffs. So it's pretty en vogue for Shipwreck Sean to end up at the wrong place. But as long as we're at the correct archipelago, that's all that matters. 7 p.m, but it feels a lot later than that because of how dark it is. Speaking of, who cares about candles anymore? Because we're going to be rich and we can just buy new lanterns. And I'm told that the lanterns at Fort Aestrin are way better in every conceivable way. So that bodes well for us. So we might as well get these used up. I don't know if there's more coloured ones there. We'll find out when we get there. Very soon. I feel like I want to go for a risky danger nap right now, but then it's going to be pitch black. How's the bilge looking? Bilge is fine. Nope, we're not seeing anything. Not in this weather anyway. But that's fine. We're okay. The good vibes and good times still are a-going. We'll stick to water. I don't want to fall asleep anytime soon. Also should be careful actually, because I don't want to... what am I trying to say? I don't want to smash into any islands. I'm actually tempted to pull the sails in, anchor off, wait until daytime, and then I can arrive at daytime and work out the islands a little bit better. We are absolutely flying though, and I'm enjoying that. Let's see, what's our speed now with the wind right behind us? We seem to be around 10, 11 all the time. It just feels faster than that. I suppose 10, 11 knots in a sailing boat is pretty decent. Oh, that was close to 12. I think we only hit 12 once during the storm at the end of the last episode. Any land appearing? Are the jibs still in? I think they are. It's really hard to tell. No, I can't even see the mountain. Okay, we're gonna go for that plan, where it's just sails in, anchor off. Is the top sail in? Yeah, it must be. Sails in, anchor off, and then wait until we've got better coverage. And then we'll be able to sail to land during the day and enjoy the sights together. So square sail was that? Nope, that feels like the gaff. Square sail in. Very nice. Like so. Head up for it. And let this anchor out. One thing I didn't notice is if the sea colour changed, like when you're going to the Emerald Archipelago. I'm not hearing the anchor dragging or anything. I don't even know if that achieved anything at all. But let's get the lights out up forward. We don't need them. It is only 9 p.m. So I might as well just splurge. What did I do with my bottle of wine? Here, my bottle of beer rather. Wine bottle of beer. I'm just going to drink and drink and drink until I'm tired enough to sleep right through. We can afford it. Although I can't see anything. Nope, rain barrel's still not filling up. Have I got them round the wrong way? Where's my personal lantern? Do I have space? No, I don't. Well, we can drop the sun compass now. I think the barrels might be the wrong way round. Yeah, that explains it. Okay, so turn the barrels round. So the cork's at the top. There we go. And look, it's already filling. Jeezy peeps, folks. Sometimes it takes me a wee bit of time to learn the simple things. Cork at the top. Barrel of water filling. Nice. Okay, folks. Well, on that note, I won't make you stay around with me. And don't worry, I'm not ending the episode. We are hitting land today. I'm going to turn the lights off, head to sleep, and then wait until it's bright enough and start sailing towards a piece of land. So I'll see you when it's a bit brighter. Alright, folks. Well, I think that's bright enough. We can see plenty of land. I feel like this one's for Aestrin, though. It seems to be the main one. That was the island with 2. That's the mountain. That might be the firefly place behind it. And then, oh, there's some structures up there that kind of look like they might be a fort. I'm not too sure what that is. Let's double check. That might be Aestrin Abbey. So Mount Malefic, Sun Spire's the one with the 2. For Aestrin, it looks like we need to go round and in. So we'll just begin that. Down the Ratlins. Oh, we must remember to pull up the anchor. As I say, I don't know if the anchor even did anything here. I think we've maybe just been bobbing and drifting. How's the wind looking? Kind of behind us. Once we turn to eastward, it'll be fine. Or turn to starboard, rather. Come on, you. I'm too excited to wait for the anchor winch. Main square. Top square. And mizzen square. And we should be moving. Turn round, get a bit more wind behind us. I think I want to go round the eastern side of the island and then turn in. So I'm quite happy with that. Nice. Okay, so let's take stock. First of all, I want to pull in this gaff sheet. Again, I'm not interested in fishing and cooking or anything like that right now. Let's just get there. Our barrels of water are full. How's our bilge looking? Bilge is fine. Boat could probably use a clean, but we will go to the shipyard. Because we're feeling particularly lazy. And rich. Soon. We don't need to drink. We don't need to eat. I'm feeling impatient, right? See that tiny little bit of tiredness? I'm not even going to make an edit right now. We'll just do this together. I just want to get there. I honestly can't believe that. So all my hopeful charting on the interactive map, I suppose wasn't that hopeful. It was just close. Semi-accurate. Ho 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 ho, it's all getting bigger. I went to press 2 there because it's 2 on. Is this like a fort here, or is it just pieces of what I'm trying to say, pieces of land? Very nice. I could probably do some triangulation actually. So we've got Mount Malefic, which is east-southeast. The eastern part of what we think is for Aestrin is between east-northeast and northeast. So let's try that. Mount Malefic was, did I say east-southeast? So this way. And then Fort Aestrin was between. So we believe we're here. Would you look at that, folks? An ocean crossing. And I imagine this episode's maybe about an hour and a half by now. I do have a timer, but I've been too excited I keep forgetting to pause it and unpause it. I've been hearing about this island, that this island might be cool, so we'll visit that at some point. Well, we'll visit them all. Of course we will. Bone Isle, I've been told to go and visit. Oh, Sailwind is easy. We want to visit Happy Bay. We'll go through the Emerald Archipelago for a bit of fun. Hit the Firefish Lagoon. And maybe even out to Kronos at some point. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. Let's actually get to Fort Aestrin first. Oh, I can see a bridge. Okay, that feels like that's got to be it. I think we're heading to the right piece of land. We can turn a bit more east. Can't see anything because of this massive square sail. Yeah, I'm alright with this. I've realised I've still not let the jibs out, but it doesn't really matter anymore, does it? Oh, exciting. Right, okay, so our missions. Gold is the most, that's the one we need to get in first, even though it doesn't matter anymore, but we've got gold for about 2,000, mail, bananas and dates. Reputation, 20% Al Ankh, 50% Emerald Archipelago. I'm not too sure how much we'll get for this particular delivery to Aestrin, but I remember we couldn't take as many missions as we hoped to, and I think we spent all our money on Saffron, which said at the time it wasn't going to fetch us any money at all, but I think it's just because I've not been there before. Oh, I'm seeing things. So it's a little bit of a mountain at Fort Aestrin. Certainly not Mount Malefic. Oh, Shipwreck Sean does need to pee, but this is too exciting. Oh, okay, I think I'm going to need to run for a quick pee, because otherwise I might empty the bladder with excitement. So I'll be back with you very shortly. I'm just going to leave the boat running whilst I run to the toilet. Okay, I have returned from the heads. It was just a quick one. Fortunately, no need for the poop deck. We are almost there. I can practically touch it. Topsails obscuring. Oh, we could try and... That looks fun. Risky. I think we do it. Although it would be a complete close halt. Nope. We're almost there. Let's not smash the boat up. We'll just go round. That does look exciting. I'm not going to lie. What's that? That'll be Fort Aestrin then. Cool. It lives up to its name. Raw lion, eh? They thought of everything. God, she's absolutely flying. Perigo, you have done me well. We will play with other boats whilst we're in this archipelago, but Perigo, you're almost as close to my heart as Bonnie the Dow. Speaking of Dow, actually, there will be a Following Seas episode coming out soon, because there's been an update where they released a Dow. Well, he, Brendan Parley. So I'm excited to see what the Dow's like in that game. But it's very expensive, so I need to do a lot of sailing off camera. I think I'm almost at 50 hours now. But yeah, you know, we're not talking about Following Seas right now. We are Sailwind. We're almost at Fort Aestrin. And I need to think about how I'm going to sail there once I get round the corner. I think I might pull up the topsail. because we will be making a pretty hefty turn. Oh, did I get that all in? There we go. That's you could see that fixing a wee bit of the healing, but that's good healing. Oh, is that a mast? See that? That looks like a mast, folks. I wonder what we are to behold. Oh. Oh wait, it's not a mast, it's like the top of the town. We'll discover. Right. Tacking, although it's not really tacking, is it? It's jibing. Is it jibing? I'm too excited. We're turning round into a close haul is what we're doing. So, square sail in. And we'll get our gaff out. And we'll do the same in the mizzen. Lovely giblet. Let that out just a wee touch. Square sail in. We might not even need the mizzen sail, to be honest with you. Or a jib. Actually, we might, because we're going to have to... we can go a bit more direct. Now, I've seen, you know, in other people's YouTube videos, I have seen the port before, but as there's some, nice, okay. But it just feels so much like, I don't know, it's so much better when you see it yourself. Oh, I wish I had some real life coconut wine to celebrate. But it's a school night. I'm going to work out where to berth as well. Lovely. Okay, so that's... It's like someone's used... They've like designed a mast on top of their house for some reason. I wonder if that's a point of interest to go to. It's a pretty hefty looking town. I presume this is the shipyard. On this boat... Is it the brig that you get here? No, not the brig. Is it the brig? Yeah, I think it might be the brig. Oh, we'll be ready to tack soon. So I think we maybe want to berth, like, in here. She's just so fast. We've got one chance to do this, really. I have no idea where the merchant is. Right, this rock is going to make our tack a little bit squeaky bum time. But we don't care. We are the best sailor in this single player save. Actually, no, don't get distracted, Mr. Shipwreck Sean. Okay, I think we can tack now. My silence is anticipation. I'm actually shaking with excitement, genuinely. Although it is cold. It's -2 degrees outside here in Scotland right now. But it looks nice and warm at Fort Aestrin. I think she'll handle that tack. There's blue. I can't remember what blue is. Oh look, there's a whole bunch of stalls. Oh, very exciting. Right, okay, let's... Oh, that's not the button. Straighten that up, and I think we can probably just pull in the gaff now, right? I think we're going fast enough to manage this without any trouble. Lovely jubbly. And I've got so much to see. And I know I usually do like a cliffhanger, but we're not doing that today. We'll do some exploring. I won't explore the entire town. We'll explore the sea level part of the town. And of course we need to complete our missions. Right, Mr. Bowman, you're up. Oh, this is going to feel great. Yes. Okay, I think this is the merchant. So we'll just let her come in nice and slowly. And then let's get our sternman. Like so. And we are at Fort Aestrin. Just like that. No drama. What quadrant? Never even heard of such a device. Oh, wrong button. Right click. Oh my giddy aunt. Fort Aestrin, eh? Isn't it just nice? Anyway, I can worry about thumbnails in a moment off camera. Let's go and get our gold. Let's see if this is indeed the merchant. Hey, hey! Mission complete. Usually I do this off camera, but not for a first time. Let's go and get everything in. These are with me to the bitter end. And such. I'm also going to find a quadrant whilst I'm at it. We've got some bananas to deliver. Oh, let's not get stuck on the stairs. 5. Oh yeah, because there's 2 up here. I forgot about these ones. I just got so used to getting stuck on them that I thought they were part of the ship. Whee. It'll be nice to have a relatively empty ship again. I'm not seeing... I was sure I installed... Oh, okay, stop getting distracted. I was going to say, I'm sure I installed a... What was the wee boat called? It's not a whaler. A tiny wee sailing boat mod. I forget its name. Yawl? Dinghy? I think it was Dinghy. And our last box of bananas. And then... Do we have a cargo guy? I'm feeling lazy. Let's just get everything else done with the car. Oh, big market. Let's take you. And we've got saffrons, dates. Oh, the dates is a mission. Right, dates, dates. I think that might be everything. We had some spices as well, actually, didn't we? Spices, water, beer, spices, more beer. Oranges. Did we buy oranges to sell? We'll hold on to those for now. Let's go and get everything, all the missions delivered. And then we've got 2 lots of saffron and 2 lots of spices. I thought I had more than that, but this should be fine. Let's go and see how much that fetches us. Right, saffron, is that in the end? Wait, was that saffron there? There we go. 1892. How much did we spend on the saffron? Alank. Oh wait, you don't actually get... I can't remember how much we bought it for, but we'll just sell it. Oh, did we get Alank lions for that? I think we probably should have... Oh no, we got Aestrin crowns. And we need to sell our spices. Where are the spices? I say this every time, but I would like this to be... There we go. In alphabetical order. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Get receipt for the spices. And we've got 6,119, whatever the hell these are, Aestrin crowns. Oh, we're quite thirsty and hungry. So I suppose we'll find the tavern. I might bring a bottle of water with me, just in case. Well, that one's near enough empty. We'll take the big old boy. We do not need our spyglass anymore. And we can leave our compass here as well. And our bottle of beer can stay because we are going to the tavern. It is turning into night time, so we might not do much purchasing until I've slept. But this is it. This must be the dinghy. Beautiful. How much does the dinghy cost? 20 gold. I think we'll certainly have enough for that. Alright folks, I'm Shipwreck Sean. I hail from Neverdon. And the... oh, that's cool. The weather vane. And the Al-Ankh Archipelago. Bi-quadrant, of course. Oh, these must be the lanterns that are amazing. Very cool looking chronometers. But anyway, we can do that during the day. We're very thirsty actually. Have you got any water? Just alcohol? Yeah, so I think this is the brig. How much does the brig cost? 110 gold. I could always just make saves, buy them, and then not save whilst I'm sailing. This feels taverny. Share a drink with a fellow sailor. Certainly will. Here you are, lad. It's been quiet around here lately. Haven't seen any boats in port for a while. Well, there's a new one. Some celebratory honey beer for myself. Can't be the only one drinking. Nice. Oh, very nice as well. Okay, well folks, we are here in Fort Aestrin. We have completed our second ocean crossing in much quicker fashion than I thought we were going to manage. So very excited about that. We've got new boats to try, we've got new islands to sail to and play around with. So yeah, thank you very kindly for joining me folks. I have been Shipwreck Sean, and I'll see you very soon. Cheerio.